Okay, welcome to the first round pick. On today's agenda, we'll be going over the agile mindset, followed by an introduction about myself, what this project means to me, followed by data cleaning and some of our findings, success rate, age, time in minors, followed by a brief summary. The agile mindset. Learning the agile mindset was a very useful tool as a beginning coder such as myself, because it helped me ignore the final product and produce results incrementally. Doing daily stand-ups with my team helped me stay on task over a 12-week period and gave me the confidence to achieve what I was capable of. I'm Adrian Benoit, Navy veteran and avid baseball enthusiast. My love for the game began when I first picked up a bat, and today I work as an intern at Bimal Elite Athletics, where I help prepare players to one day play on a major league diamond. My project is designed to help the few supremely talented high school talent make a data-driven decision on whether they should forego a college baseball experience utilizing draft analytics over the past 20 years. The draft explained. Now, in Major League Baseball, unlike football or basketball, the most talented prospects don't make their way to the major leagues right away. They first spend time in the minor leagues to get experience and seasoning before they're ready for major league competition. Furthermore, baseball is one of the few sports where a college experience is not required. High school talent is still regularly scouted and drafted to major league teams. Data sets I used came from baseballreference.com, which is one of many websites dedicated to providing historical and analytical data related to baseball. The two data sets I used for this project were Major League new debuts from 1990 to 2023 and first round picks of the amateur draft from 1990 to 2010. Now, from Baseball Reference, all of the data came as individual Excel sheets by year. So I took all the Excel sheets and made two big draft and debut files, which I then converted to CSV. I then uploaded these CSV files onto Python and carefully cleaned out the name column, which is where I merged the two data sets on. Then I did further cleaning in Python, where I changed the team name, the position to just hitters and pitchers, and the type to only include high school and college. Next, to obtain success rates, I created a new column titled Major Leaguer, and we took a look at their debut column. For every entry who did not have a debut, we labeled with a 0. For every entry with a debut date, we labeled with a 1. We then took the ones and divided them by the whole data set to give us our success rate. Obtaining the time in minor leagues. So our first step was to take our debut and year columns, which were dates, and convert them into Python's date time format. To get the time in minors, we then subtracted our debut day from the date they were drafted to give us a total time in minors in calendar days. I experienced one major blocker to get this calculation where we had many players that were on the debut or draft Excel sheets multiple times, which was giving bad outputs on the merging, which was then giving errors to the calculations. So I devised a plan to get on Tableau and pull up the data the entries that were on the Excel sheets multiple times. I went back to my two Excel sheets, debut and draft, and proceeded to delete all of these names. And then I really got the handle of doing my calculations in Python. So this is where I had a little fun, got a little crazy, and did a bunch of cross examinations and really got deep into the calculations for success rates and time in minors. SQL was a program that I thought I was going to heavily rely on going into this project, but as the previous slide showed, I mastered the calculations and the cross examinations in Python. One thing it did really help me on is my calculation in my time in minor was lower originally. And this was due to the non-major leaguers being included in the count. So SQL showed me that my calculation in Python was off. I was then able to correct my calculation in Python and get the correct time in minors. Now on to our findings. Success is a term I used many times in this project. Success is defined as a player who is drafted in the first round and has made a major league debut. First slide, we have success rates of the first round picks, looking at high schoolers versus college draftees. As we can see in the pink, the average success rate for first rounders is 66.2%. College players have the expected advantage, having the extra experience of playing baseball. They have a 72.9 success rate versus high school players who have a 59.1 success rate. Here we have success rate by position. And as you can see, there's not much variance at all between hitters and pitchers, with the deviation less than 0.5%. But now we get into the cross-examination, where we can see that college hitters have the highest success rate in the dark blue bar at 77%, whereas high school hitters have the lowest bar on the far right in red. This tells me that college hitters are much more projectable to major league teams. They really know what to expect from these college hitters versus the high school hitters, where they draft based purely on physical attributes and raw talent alone. Next, we have the age graphic. Here we can see that the average age of major league debut does not vary very much. College is slightly above 23 years old, and high school is around 22 years old. Here we have our time spent in the minor leagues, our average being 1,281 days. And as you can see clearly, the college players spend much less time in the minor leagues as opposed to the high school players who spend 1,600 days. That's roughly 600 days difference, almost 2 years. Oh, oh my gosh. And here we do a cross-examination. Similar to success rate, we looked at college hitters and pitchers. And as you can see, college pitchers have the shortest time in minor leagues with 1,006 days, as where high school pitchers have 1,650 days, the most time spent in minor leagues. This tells me that college pitchers learn a lot of transitionable skills in college before they go to the minor leagues. They make the most of their time in college. Now, to summarize, although this project wasn't designed to produce any absolute answers, there were a few takeaways that high school players should definitely consider when making their decision on whether they should play college baseball. First off, the time lost in your major league career if you go to college is minimal. Don't worry about the age that you'll be debuting, as we saw on the age slide. It's very close. The experience playing college does translate into minor league experience. Thus, college players had far reduced times in minors versus high school players. And now, if there was any conclusive answers from the study, it would seem as though the competition of college baseball has been continuously improving. This could be due to the modernization of coaching philosophies or training programs. And as we look at this graph right here, which is success rate by year, college is in the blue line, and you can see the dotted trend line clearly shows that college talent is becoming more and more successful at a higher rate as the years go on, which is what really tells me that the college competition is catching up and becoming very useful. Now, although nothing is clear, my advice to athletes would be to not worry about foregoing a college education or experience to prevent sacrificing any part of your professional career. Get the most out of college, get the most out of life. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.